So I always ask any questions or comments or anything. Nobody ever have any. I guess you guys just always come to be taught, not to bring, right? No. Any questions or comments?
Well, I have a comment.
Thank you. One saved person in the house.
So I was watching Hake's show. Shout out, Hake.
Shout out to him.
And there was this caller who called in, and this is pertaining to what you
I like
said.
your little style.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you got your own little style. It's nicer.
Thank you. And it's surrounding your what you've shared with us about not taking sides. There was this caller who called in who was super adamant and staunch on his position about the young man who died on the subway that they
In New
had
York.
to, yeah. And what I realized as I was listening to the exchange between this caller and Hake is that when we take sides, we wind up looking ignorant.
Yeah.
By the true definition of the word. I was embarrassed for this caller because he was so adamant about his position. He was nowhere near, this event that took place, and the people out there picketing, they have no idea what happened. They have no idea how they would have responded if they thought that their lives were being threatened, literally. So I just thought that was interesting. And I had a few moments like that throughout the week where the theme of taking sides was, kept coming up. So
It's amazing how the mind want you to take sides when it has nothing to do with you at all. You want even in a family, when the father and mother are arguing, the children should not take sides at all because it's the two parents arguing, not them. That's why most of the time, not all, the mother draw the child in. The mother make the child take side. And when the child does that, he or she turn against her father. Or if it happened to happen the other way around, he'll turn against the mother. Where if the child didn't take sides at all, then they would be free to deal with both of them accordingly. They may hate one another, but you wouldn't hate either because you didn't take sides. When you really think about it, it doesn't make sense to take sides. If it's not you and that other person, why should you take sides?
Yeah.
But the mind and the ego want you to take sides.
yeah, I even remember I saw myself in this caller too, by the way.
Yeah, I used to do that
not even
too.
coming from a place of judgment. I
Yeah.
remember back to the Trump era. I caused so much division in my relationships because
Yeah.
of my support of this man. And it was so, when I look back on that, when I reflect upon that, it's like, why? For what?
Yeah.
I didn't change their position. They didn't change my position. And I wound up, when I reflect back on it, I probably sounded exactly like that caller to these people.
Absolutely.
Just talking, just my mouth flapping with words coming out that don't mean anything.
Every
So,
ego want to believe that is right.
yeah.
As though the two devils fight to prove that one is right. But it's best to live without taking sides. It's best that you stay free when you do that. That's amazing. I didn't hear that call, but that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Is it hard to live without taking sides? No. One thing about not taking sides, you're not going to want to protest anymore. You're not going to want to go to the rallies anymore because somebody's wrong. They have a right to be wrong. And you don't have a right to judge them because the judge is wrong as well. Amazing.